Transit TV, welcome back again. Hello, welcome. We are continuing our coverage of the ongoing AFCON competition in Cote d'Ivoire. So many interesting games coming up. We have seen so many even good and important results. One thing I've noticed about this competition is the power play of the players. The players have been very, very committed. They've shown a lot of commitment in the games. And of course, you know, competitions like this, the quality improves as the games come and go. The first games of the competition for different teams has been completed, and some interesting results have been gotten. We are now into the second games, and it's getting very, very, very interesting. You know, some interesting results. Today we're going to run through some of the results that came in the last couple of days, but today I just want to talk about a very interesting development or topic based on a comment made by an important personality in African football today, in the person of Samuel Eto'o, the incumbent president of Cameroonian football. And in an interview that he granted recently, he was questioning why South African national team, the Bafana Bafana, does not do well or have not been doing well in the AFCON, irrespective of the fact that they have the best league in the continent, the best organization, media coverage. I think the players also are the best paid. The organization is top notch, almost what you get in Europe, and somehow the national team does not do well in the continental competition. So we are going to touch on that today and bring my perspective to this, and I will also encourage you to get busy in the comment section and let me know what you think, you know, because I have thought through this and decided to drop my little perspective to or try to answer that question in the way I have followed the African football. You know, before we go and do that, let me remind you, don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you have not done so, and of course hit the like button on this video, and most importantly, don't forget to let me know what you think about this issue. It's a very interesting and worrying one. Like he said, it's still a very big wonder for the lovers of African football. For me, trying to answer that question, one of the things I put to this is largely because South African players rarely travel abroad to play football, so they only know South African football, you know, and when you do that, you limit yourself with certain exposures and knowledge, because if you go, you can, no matter how organized their league is, no matter how supported the league is by their fans, you cannot compare the atmosphere in Johannesburg to the one you get in Germany or at Old Trafford or St. James's Park, of course, in the Newcastle. You know, there are so many stadiums out there that you know what you're going to get. The game is almost played by the 12th man. So the players for most other countries in Africa who travel, who play in France, play in England, play in Germany, play in Spain, and every now and then their teams qualify for European competitions, go to different stadiums and experience hostility, experience a great atmosphere, play against other technically gifted teams and coaches, you know, try to survive those situations and conditions and those games. So when they come to the continental competition, they have vast knowledge, way more experienced than the South African players, and they have also a better or stronger ability to withstand hostility or any kind of conditions that they meet. You know, so this gives them an edge over South African national team. You know, so this is one of the things that I think is the reason why it's difficult for Bafana Bafana players to cope or to win the continental competition. And it will interest you to know that they've only won this competition once in their history, 1996, which was the debutant edition, and it was hosted in their country. After that, the next one, they came second in 1998. I remember very well, Nigeria did not go for that tournament. The then president of Nigeria, late Sani Abacha, stopped the team from going on political grounds. And South Africa, of course, again have made it to quarterfinal just in 2010, 2019 and 2002. And they came third, I think, the year 2000. After that, they've struggled to make it out of the group stage, and which is very, very worrying. Like Eto'o said, if you watch their league, the level of organization, the sponsorship that they get, the media coverage, the remuneration of the players, the salaries that these players earn, and you'll be wondering why, coming to the African Nations Cup, they fail to do well. One other thing I think that is their problem, or is the challenge to them, is these players, of course, they are human beings. They are comfortable in their league. There's no too much pressure. There's nothing to worry about. They are very comfortable. They are well paid by their own standards, and there are no too much competitions. So when they come to the continental competition, the atmosphere is tougher, is hostile. The players, some of the teams are hungrier. Look at the team like Cape Verde. As small island in Africa, they have players that play in France and Portugal. So the exposure that these players have in Cape Verde is way different from what you get in South Africa. So I think, if you ask me, I will encourage the financiers and the organizers and the management of South African football, the national team, I mean, should try and begin to encourage their players to travel abroad. I remember this used to be a case for England national team players as well. You rarely saw English players travel abroad, and it was a problem. But now you get Jude Bellingham in Real Madrid. You have Harry Kane, who is their captain, playing in Bayern Munich today. Eric Dyer has joined him there. Jadon Sancho wasn't doing well in Manchester United after the big move, 80 million big move to Old Trafford. He had to turn back on loan to Dortmund, and just in his first game, he did bits and he assisted a goal. And many say he came back like he never left. So if you look at this, and this has brought progress to the English national team. At least in the last 2-3 editions, the continental competitions, they've made it to finals, semi-finals, and stuff like that. So I think this is one of the problems that the South African national team is having. And if Eto'o is watching this video, I will encourage him to look at it. Probably he has found his answers, and if he is really worried and want to help the national team, I think he should reach out to his compatriot in South Africa and let him find a way to encourage the players of their national team to go abroad and try their mettle. And because when you can imagine walking into a dressing room in Real Madrid or Bayern Munich with a lot of players from different nationalities and different experiences. Of course, this first of all sends shivers to your nerves, and if you survive such, it helps you boost your confidence. You also learn a lot from all these players, and they add to what you have, and with that, you kind of improve yourself and make yourself more equipped to compete at the continental level. So that's what I think the answer to that question Eto'o posed a few days ago should be. And in closing, we'll kind of run you down the results of the games that have been played so far. Tomorrow, Nigeria will be playing against tomorrow and against Cote d'Ivoire, and the gang will be in the studio to talk about that game at the end of it. So keep a date with us and watch out for the analysis of that game, and let us know your perspective as well. Nigeria, need to at least avoid a defeat in that game to have a hope of continue staying in the competition. Cote d'Ivoire have 3 points already. Nigeria drew their first game, as you know, against Equatorial Guinea after squandering a lot of chances, the biggest culprit being Victor Osimhen. as you may have known already. So the results on Monday, we had Senegal stamp authority over Gambia by beating them 3-0. Cameroon played a 1-1, narrowly managed to survive a 1-1 draw against Guinea, who shocked them earlier into that game. And Nigeria, of course, played out a 1-1 draw against Angola. Yesterday, Tunisia lost to Namibia, and Mali beat South Africa 2-0, which caused Eto'o to come up with those questions. Burkina Faso, of course, beat Mauritania 1-0. And today, Morocco and Tanzania played out a 0-0 draw. So these are the results that have come in as at the recording of this video. They will continue to bring you, as we promised, latest news and all happenings in the AFCON competition going on in Cote d'Ivoire. Keep a date with Transit TV, and we will make sure that you are informed as these events unfold. Like I said, tomorrow is the big one: Nigeria against Cote d'Ivoire, the big guns in African football in terms of the national teams. Will be locking horns. Keep a date with our channel, and we will give you detailed analysis of that game, how that game panned out, and hopefully Nigeria should be 1 foot into the next stage of the competition, and we expect to see you tomorrow. Don't forget to send in your reaction to this video and this question that Eto'o, very, very important personality in African football, has raised. And of course, South Africa should also be an important national team to the continent. And this is a worrying situation there with the national team. And we expect that having delved into this topic especially by Eto'o, we expect that this will, of course, generate a reaction from the managers of the South African national team and cause them to take some action to improve the performance of the national team, as the case may be. So, like I said, before you go, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to this channel if you have not done so, and most importantly, share this content to your contacts. And let's talk about this topic that Eto'o has raised presently going forward, and see if we can come to terms with the reason for this poor performance of the Bafana Bafana national team in the AFCON competition. It is very, very sad to know that they have only won this competition one time in their history. Thank you for watching, and ciao.